Here we go. We're going to hear from Sarah Sanders. And here's what she has to say on Fox News. I believe this was today, or it might have been yesterday, but yeah.
Go ahead.
Sarah, the president said yesterday the U.S. is ready to embrace peace. He's calling for more economic sanctions on Iran's already struggling economy. He did say that Iran is standing down. So why is the House putting up this resolution to try to limit the president's powers?
I can't think of anything dumber than allowing Congress to take over our foreign policy. They can't seem to manage to get much of anything done. I think the last thing we want to do is push powers into Congress's hands and take them away from the president. Any Democrat that doesn't understand that America is safer now that one of the most dangerous terrorists in the world is rotting in hell is completely naive and completely misses what we need to have in a foreign policy. And the last thing I want to do is see them take power away from President Trump and put it into their own hands. I don't think anything could be worse for America than that.
So,
okay, let's really think about what she just said. Let's really break down what she just said. And we all know Sarah Sanders is beyond ridiculous. We all know she is just a professionally paid liar. But this is still a major news network in the United States. And she is still, a prominent figure in our politics, obviously. And she basically said, why don't we have a dictatorship? She's like, why would we want to have Congress give any insight to issues of war and peace? Why don't we just have a dictatorship? Let the president do whatever he wants. Give him all the power. Especially this president, Donald Trump. That's what she's saying. And she's also calling somebody who worked for another country, who was on a peace mission, who was also one of the main fighters against ISIS. No, I'm not saying he's perfect. Of course he wasn't. But you can't just call anyone from an oppositional country a terrorist and then assassinate them when you feel like it. You can't do that. But that's what we did. That's what the United States did. And now she's saying he's a terrorist who's rotting in hell. Just flip the switch a little bit and imagine if somebody said that about our leaders. Imagine if somebody in a different country, imagine someone did that to us, first of all. Imagine somebody went and they assassinated our president or a vice president and described that person as a terrorist rotting in hell. Imagine how the United States government would respond to something like that. Imagine how much that would be plastered on every TV screen 24/7. And there would be this, see, Lucy Spaling. That's something she's like, yeah, I know, man. I can't even. We put it everywhere. And there would be some nationalistic call to action. There would be some over-patriotic call to arms. There'd be those United States flags everywhere. We would freak out. And it's not a good thing to do. But that's what we just said about another country. We just said that about another country. And I know on this show, I'm really preaching to the choir. I get that. But we're behaving like a complete authoritarian imperialistic nation. And we are one. We are one. But here's the thing. They're not even trying to mask it anymore. They're not even. That's why the war machine and the intelligence agencies, that's why they like George W. Bush and Barack Obama better than they like Donald Trump. They don't dislike Donald Trump because he's not willing to do their bidding. He is, and he has. But they dislike him because he lacks any of the subtlety. He and his administration lack any of the subtlety that Barack Obama and George W. Bush had. They were willing to talk polite. All the subtlety is completely gone. If you had any doubt that we are just an empire and we're the bad guy, that should have completely gone away at this point. Here she is on a mainstream news network that has no business being in news. Fox News is not a news network, but it's according to our corporate media, it is. This is the media structure or lack of media structure that we have. And she says this on national TV. Again, if the shoe was on the other foot, if the Iranian government murdered somebody in the USA, and then one of their officials said that this person's a terrorist who's rotting in hell, we'd be going to war like right now. Like we would be going to war right now. We'd be sending troops on the ground. We'd be dropping bombs. We would use that as a cause to go to war right now. And Sarah Huckabee Sanders is doing that. And she's saying, by the way, we are not more safe. The world, this country and the rest of the world is not more safe because of this action. We are way less safe because of it. Iran has already responded. They have already, sent missiles at bases to send a message. They're open to talks of de-escalation, which is a good thing. There's not much good news in this. There is no technically good news, but at least hopefully things won't get worse. But the world is not more safe because of it. The world is significantly less safe because of it. So what she's saying is a complete and utter lie. She's calling for a dictatorship, and she's further prodding a foreign country where we just committed an illegal assassination. Wow. Wow. I mean, we're not the good guys. We're not the good guys.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your